Hi, I'm Rosaline Hampton, and today I'm going to be doing a smoky eye makeup look inspired by Angelina Jolie at the Oscars. She looked absolutely spectacular, and I loved how her face was just so stunningly beautiful, but it didn't look too overdone. There wasn't a whole lot of color. So she stayed with a mostly nude palette and just had a little bit of like a peachy pink tone in it. So that's what I'm using today. So let's get to it. So I'm starting with my foundation already applied and then a little bit of contouring. And our first step is going to be brows. Angelina Jolie has such incredible signature brows with a very high arch. And for this look, they were actually a little bit lighter. So first I'm going to go in with an ash brown pencil and fill in the shape. And in order to make my brows even more arched, I'm going to make this point in the center lower and make this point higher to make the arch more dramatic. And next I'm going to go back in with a dark blonde powder and actually fill them in now. And this will help me get the fullness without them getting too crazy dark. And now that I have them filled in with powder, I'm going to go back and use a brow wand and brush through it to make it look softer and natural. Right now it's a little bit crazy, so it'll soften it up. And then I'm going to use a light brow gel just to hold all of that in place. And the last step is I'm going to take a light concealer and accentuate around the brows so that they really stand out. Right underneath in the arch here. So the next step is a smoky eye. As you can see, I've already completed it on my left. And then now I'm going to show you step by step how to do it on the other eye. First, we're going to apply an eyeshadow primer that will really help all of the eyeshadow go on smoothly and stay in place. So I'm using 4 eyeshadows. These are by Senna, and the colors are Black Sand, Facade, Rose Gold, and Flare. So your darkest color is going to be Black Sand, and we're going to work our way from dark to light with the shadows. So first I'm going to go in and using my contoured angle shadow brush, apply the dark on the outer third of the eye and then slightly just pulling it up because I want that nice cat eye shape. And then our next color is the Facade, and this is like a medium tone, almost like a dark nude color. And that's going to go right in the crease and overlap onto the Black Sands or the dark color. So I'm on the crease and then I'm pulling that all the way in to the inner third. So now with the Facade, I've done the outer 2/3 of the eye at the crease. And then next we're going to do the Rose Gold all over the lid. And more like the inner 2/3 of the lid, I'm still leaving the smokiness right out on the edge. And the Rose Gold is giving it a nice little bit of a shimmer right on the eyelid. And then my last color is Flare, and that's a light cream color. And I'm going to go right on the inside corner. And this color also has a little bit of shimmer so that I have that glow toward the inner half of the eye. And I'm doing that in the inside corner and then also right below the brow. So now the eyeshadow on the upper lid is complete, and we're going to go below the eye and do the smokiness underneath the eye. So first I'm using the Black Sand on the outer corner and doing about 1/3 of the eye with the Black Sand. And then we're going to fade that into the middle with using the Facade, which is our medium tone, and do the middle third. And then the inner third I'm going to do with Flare, the lightest color. And each one of those I'm just barely overlapping so that they fade nicely. Okay, so that's the eyeshadow. And the next step is the eyeliner. I'm using a Senna kohl pencil. This one is blackout. So you need a very soft kohl liner to fill in the waterline. I'm gonna go in and just fill in bottom and top with the black. And then on top, you're just doing right underneath your lashes on that waterline. And next I'm going to do the liquid eyeliner using Pinpoint Micro Tip by Senna also. And this comes in the easy form of a pen, so it's just super easy to apply and then stays right where you put it. So we're going to go in and apply on the lash line. I'm starting in the middle, and then as I work out, going thicker and thicker, but just to that outer corner, because then we're going to raise and change our angle and like raise that into the cat eye. And then now that we have it thicker on this edge, we're going to go in and actually draw the little wing here. So I'm following this line from the corner of my nose up to the corner of my brow. And all of my eyeshadow is staying above that, and then the actual wing of the eyeliner is going to go right along that line as well. So you want to make sure that your line is nice and high so that it has the cat eye effect and doesn't go too far straight out, which would look a little more like the Egyptian type eye. So we're going to draw that little wing on there. And then with the micro tip pen, it's really easy for me to be able to just do that freehand. But if you need an actual line there, or if you were doing it with a liquid liner that's a little bit trickier, you can use like a credit card and then just hold it there and draw right along the card, or kind of anything that's really flat and straight. So you can take a look there. That's how it looks with the eyeliner. So next I'm going to apply the lash on this side, and I just put the glue on and had it sit for 30 seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and place that right over my natural lashes and press down. And then I'm just pressing and letting that set, and then making sure it still naturally curves up nice like this one. And then I'm just going to take our liquid liner and go right back over that seam so that you don't see any glue or anything. I prefer using the dark tone glue, so you definitely can't see it, but just in case, you can go back over it like that. And then I'm just going to touch up my own lashes with a little bit of mascara on the bottom. And then some on the top to blend my lashes with the lash strip. And the last step is going to be to highlight the inner corner and the arch. So I'm using Light Tricks, and it's just an iridescent pen. And I'm going to go in right underneath in that inner corner, and then go around the inner corner and up onto the inner corner of the lid too. And highlight it like that. And then I'm doing a little dot right underneath the arch of my brow. Okay, and now the eyes are finished. So now in order to have them really pop and to exaggerate the cat eye shape, we're gonna go underneath and contour. So I'm using a nice bright concealer. And we're gonna paint just in like short, kind of almost pushing little strokes, this entire under eye area. Nice and bright, so that the smoky eye really contrasts. And this step is very necessary because without keeping it bright underneath your eye, the smoky eye can actually kind of make you look tired or dull, whereas this is going to make my eyes look very like smoldering and intense, and then I still look like I had plenty of sleep and I'm refreshed because the skin underneath the eye is so bright. Okay, so now we have the concealer on, and I'm going to apply the blush. So I'm going right in at the apple of my cheek and then spreading that all the way to the hairline. And this color is Faded Rose. It's like a nude rose tone. It's not that pink, it just has a little bit of pink. I find that you need a little bit of color when you're doing a smoky eye because we're also doing a nude lip. So you want your face to get some color somewhere. So we'll do that in the blush. And then I'm going to apply some bronzer to help contour and then give my face some nice warmth, because I still don't want to look, you know, too stark with the darker smoky eye, and I want that warm glow all over. So I'm going in on my jawbone here, right above my jawbone, right below my cheek, and then just rounding it out onto the jawbone. So I always like to slightly minimize the jaw to make your face like softer and more feminine. And then we're gonna go on the outer third of the forehead. I have like a rounder face and a low forehead, so I'm not gonna use the bronzer all the way across because I wanna keep the center bright. And then I'm gonna repeat the same on the other side. So that's the bronzer. And this color is Dawn, which is also by Senna, and I love it because it has the bronze tone, and then they also have like a really pretty kind of pinkish sparkle highlight. So I'm gonna go in and use that as well, and just run that pink sparkle right over my cheeks where I just did the blush. And then the last step for the face is gonna be a highlighting powder to really set the under eye concealer and keep it nice and bright. So this is Mineral Eye Lift Powder. This product is amazing, but it's like gives you 12 hours of sleep with just a few strokes. So I'm going with this smaller dome brush right underneath my eye, and then onto the top of the cheek like that. And then for lips, I'm gonna use just a little bit of primer and go over my natural lip color all over the lip, just a very fine veil of that. And then I'm taking a nude lip pencil and outlining my lips with that. And I'm going right on the outer edge, like as big as possible, because I want the Angelina Jolie lips, right? And then on the top, I'm gonna do a little V here. And then fill all the way around. And then I'm gonna go back and use that same Light Tricks pen and highlight the Cupid's bow and right underneath my lip, and that will give me even more of a pout. Then I'm gonna fill in my lips with just a little bit of nude lipstick. And then finish off with the Wistful Gloss. This is a gorgeous nude color with just a little bit of pink in it. And this is the final look. So I mentioned most of the colors and products that I used, but I'll also list those out on the blog. If you wanted to have this exact look, you can, replicate that with those shades. So I hope you enjoyed this and learned a lot, and we'll see you next time.